Hello again. Uh, I am back doing another video blog. Since the last time we spoke, I've had really great response from uh, first video, and really appreciate um, the support that I have received. Um, since then, some new developments. Basically, a lot of questions too. This one particularly I'm going to speak to is about my uh, diet. I don't know, my food plan, my nutrition. Um, I eat a lot. um, I'm always hungry. That's just how I am when I'm not training. Um, but really conscious of staying fueled regularly. I don't um, count calories, but I am very conscious of making sure I'm getting um, fuel in my system. I'm very conscious of getting protein in my body. Um, so I, you know, and staying hydrated, really, really important. So since the last video was kind of on an uphill, like things were going great, improving, of course, getting sore, um, being tired. Then I hit a point. Um, I was really, really tired, um, physically, um, and it wasn't getting easier, and I wasn't building in my program as much. And I was like, why am I I felt like I was starting to step back again. And it clicked in my head. I'm in the pool swimming, and I'm like, and I think I'm like, again, it all comes down to the swimming thing. That's the hardest part for me, or the most challenging. Um, and I'm like, it has to start getting easier. And it feels like it's just getting harder. And it dawned on me. It was like a light bulb going off. It was like, I'm not eating enough meat. Um, and it came to me. I had experienced this before, having um, gone to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and having um, graduated and became a certified health counselor, and learning about diets in everyone's body. Through that process, had tried to become vegetarian and realized I do not deal well with it. And so it didn't dawn on me right away because I needed to, because I was still eating meat, but not nearly enough. I was supplementing, eating the Cliff Builders, which has 20 grams of protein, and Cliff Bars, which have 10 grams of protein, and smoothies, and almonds, and just easy sort of put in my bag on the go type food. And that's all I was, eating. But I would get home from work and have, you know, a meal and have chicken or tuna or what have you. Um, but I wasn't getting enough of it. It was probably one meal a day. Um, so after that, put um, I was eating oatmeal in the morning with some berries, and I had to switch it up. I have to have eggs in the morning. Um, I had to start getting protein into my diet. And just like when I was in school, within like 4 days of doing that, energy's back up, and I felt great, and things are kind of getting back into that swing. Um, so it's really fascinating to me, the whole process. But yeah, like I said, I'm eating on the go all the time, um, and you know, part of it is staying hydrated. Um, so a wonderful thing, just kind of show you what I living off of really, um, is these tabs here. They're like little Alka-Seltzer tabs. There's a company called Noon, which is great. Um, they're electrolytes, so it's like having a sports drink. But I found this natural version at Whole Foods, which is awesome. Um, and the Cliff products, the bars that they have with the protein. I love about Cliff is again there are, um, and they tell you on the bars whether they're 90% organic or uh, 95% organic. Then I just found the Nature's Path organic bars as well. Um, 10 grams of protein. While I'm running, while I'm biking, um, Cliff has these shot blocks, which are again electrolytes. Um, they're like they're little squares, but they have like a gummy bear consistency type thing, so you can just pop them while you're running or biking. So um, they have these shots, these energy gels. I can't deal with these though. Just something about the consistency, but that's sort of the same line. So always hydrating, drinking the water with the electrolyte tabs, drinking coconut water, which has electrolytes and potassium. So constantly trying to stay hydrated, really conscious about all that stuff. And then now, like chicken cutlet, like in a Ziploc, throw it in my bag. Like I have to do it um, to stay up to it. Um, Another thing, I can sit here and people have asked me, I went to a party and there were cupcakes and and they're like, oh, did you have any? And I was like, no, no. And they're like, well, why? What's the big deal? When you train, you can burn it off. I'm like, well, that's not the point for me. I can burn off anything. I can have anything, but it's um, putting in my body what my body can use and what it can burn um, properly without wasting energy. Which is why I'm not a huge, um, I'm not super strict about. I only eat organic, but I will only eat natural. I don't eat processed foods, um, and that's where from my schooling and what my beliefs are about food, especially because I'm burning so much energy. Um, the theory behind that is if I'm putting in processed foods, things into my body that my body doesn't know how to recognize, my body is wasting energy figuring out what to do with it. So if everything's natural or as natural as possible, then I'm utilizing a good percentage of what I'm eating towards my training, towards my energy level. Um, so that's just that's me. That's where I come from. I have no judgment on what people eat, what people do, but it's just what I learned from school and putting myself through my own program and learn what works best for me. I don't do well on a lot of dairy. Some people do. Um, like I said, I tried to be vegetarian. I physically cannot, my body cannot handle it. It was not about a matter of, oh, I miss meat, I want to eat meat. Um, I enjoy it. I don't not like eating it, but I physically need it. So with all that, I felt like getting that back in my system after about a week or so. Like I'm back in business. Like this is for real. I'm ready to do this. Um, and I'm sure there'll be other times as we get to the next phase where I'm building, um, uh, time on the bike, building time on my runs. So I've been sort of at a base phase. Yeah, it's long rides, long runs, hour, 2 hours, but now it's really going to start stepping up, and I'm sure I'm going to have to readjust my diet and my nutrition and really be conscious about my program. But um, with that, and speaking of my schooling and my certification, just sort of feel like there's this groundswell, and having figured it out for myself, just at this time, like I'm really excited to be going what I'm going through and feel like I can take on clients again. I was sort of doubting myself, but I know what I'm doing. I know how um, I know how this works, and I know that people are looking to me now. They're coming up and asking me questions about how do I do this, how do I do that, and I feel like now I'm ready to start my business, and it's just the time is now. So um, I'm ready to go. I'm literally ready to hit the ground running. Um, and so with that, I'm gonna go. But I just wanted to kind of keep you posted on where I was and my progress and my journey, and I will see you soon. All right? Thanks. Bye.